Hey there, guys. Garfield here. I know that this is probably a long-awaited video, right? I know I said yesterday I was going to release this yesterday, but we're almost there, you know? I wasn't joking when I said that there's a lot of good things, good moving parts in the back that are happening. That's the reason why I have this as my starter as I begin this video. Here we'll talk about, update on the COT starter. Uh, God willing, we'll be able to release this next week, and it would be exciting. I don't know which part, maybe towards the end of the week, but get started on your hatchlings, okay? So I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. Where I really wanted to focus on is the Earn 2.0. Earn 2.0 is almost there. As you can see here, the buyers are good to go. People can already buy. We are finally, right? We're in the final testing on the claim queue, and that is for the withdrawal. It's not really for everyone. It's only for those who are, withdrawing, interested in doing a daily withdrawal. But for the 180 dayers, for the long-term holders, hats off to you because we're going to be in here for a long time. And the long-term holders, I commend you because that's what I want is for us to be together for a long time until we get to the point of achieving our goal, and that is finishing our initial game. So, as you know, the Cox Starter is going to be the training camp for our hatchlings, and we've already decided in the back. What you guys wanted for the big holders that have hundreds and hundreds of hatchlings. I think you won't have to quit your job to train your hatchlings, right? Because we're going to connect the two together. The those that have a lot of hatchlings, the seed investors, the whales. We're now going to bring in the gamers who don't have hatchlings. They get to train your hatchlings. Okay, so that would be an amazing uh, marriage, if you will, right? Of course, each and every one of you, each and every one of us, because I have hundreds as well. Um, we get to decide how much we're willing to offer the gamers to train our hatchlings. Okay, so that would be an exciting event as we roll that out. So we're now in the final testing. So this will be good. But I'd like to open up my buy page here. So what happens here is any buys, as you can see here, bonus Sabong Evolution game assets, any buy that's 500 and and above. This is exciting. Pay attention to this. Any buy that's 500 USDT and above automatically gets a free blind box. A blind box would have two hatchlings, right? We've tested this already and it went through and it's a smooth sailing. But it doesn't end there, okay? Remember, for those of you who have watched my video that I released for the Earn 2.0, we're also setting aside 133,000 because we've run out of that 462. I think we have a total um, partners now in the neighborhood of 270 holders. And I salute all of you who have decided to run with me uh, for the long term. And because a lot of people are DMing me asking, because the price now, the value now per S3U is $7.50. Now, because you've given me time to work with the people in the back, you see, I have a hard job, right? I work with the people in the front, I work with the people in the back, and I go out there, meet with potential investors, angel investors. But I have a smile in my face because I know that we're doing the right thing. I know that what we have right now is going to be an amazing opportunity for all of us. And I know I've said in my previous uh, video that I'm constantly looking at this from a bird's eye view. And I think you'd be pleased to know that Earn 2.0 will will be a more marketable product, in my honest opinion. It's not a hype, I'm not trying to hype you. It's the truth because we've studied really, a lot in the back to make sure that we're not labeled Ponzi scheme. Number one, remember I said all protocols when they roll out, they're all Ponzi, until proven not. And that's what I'm determined to do, is to continue to prove to each and every one of you out there that this is not a Ponzi scheme. This is a platform that's going to be amazing, because not only do we have games, not only do we have apparels and energy drinks that's going to roll out there, we're also aiming to produce a movie, which is Anarchy, but that's next year. But this year, I think it's an exciting thing to know that this buy right here, the 500, I've convinced the team that for the first 100 wallets, okay, pay attention to this. You already get one, right? So if one decides to buy 2,500, you get five blind boxes, right? And you already know the cost of the blind box is $100. If you buy $300, you get one gilded and five regular hatchlings. Those are all good. But in this rollout, which is imminent now, it's going to happen probably in the next 12 hours or less. In this rollout, every $500 buy will also receive Savo. Okay, so 500 will be 10x. So 500 will give you 5,000 Savo, but it'll be staked for 1 year. So that's just an added perk given to you. So in other words, in this example of 2,500, you 10x that, you get 25,000 Savo. Okay, so for me, I was pleased when they agreed that I wanted to add this on the rollout of 2.0. So you're getting a free blind box for a $500 purchase. So anything below this, you will get the 20% discount. Anything below, from $4.99 all the way down to $25. Of course, we still have many buyers out there that I think is really important in this protocol, because these are the main supporters, and and from 4.99 USDT down to 25 USDT, you will get a 20% discount on your purchase. Okay, so but the 500 and above, every increments of 500, you will get one free blind box. That's why I use that example here, that a 2,500 buy, and mind you, in the Earn 1.0, we've had buys like 30, 50, 75, 100,000. So you can just imagine that with the limited supply of hatchlings that we have, right? We only have 600 gilded, and we're only going to roll out 50 Luxlings. Okay, and the 50 Luxlings, I've already assigned three to be given to certain people that I've worked with. So there's only 47 Luxlings. Okay, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But the first rollout obviously will be the queue for the withdrawal. And here's what I wanted to highlight real quick. Maybe you can go through this with me so we can all learn this together. Okay. So this is an example of a withdrawal. Remember, the withdrawal will come in batches of 25, right? So you'll see here that these are example of withdrawals. 162, there's a 3,000 withdrawal, there's a 4,400, there's a 5,000. I use that as an example because I have that in my account. Okay. Let me just roll this down real quick. My claimable earnings is 5,000. That's why it's not going up anymore, because the maximum daily withdrawal is 5,000. So can I do that, or am I going to do that? No, because we've already created, and this is to make our protocol a real solid one. We've decided, and this has been a request of the community as well from the very beginning, is to create individual claims. Okay, so each buy now will have an individual claim that gives you an option of which one do you want to claim. Okay, these are my buys in the last 100 days, and this is to show support in the platform as well. So you can now do an individual claim. So when you claim, you have to first get that um, withdrawal fulfilled, then you claim the next one. Okay, so you can still claim every day, but you would have to get it fulfilled first before you can claim the next claimable, if you will. So going back here, as you can see, this is an example of 25 withdrawals. Watch here, I can see here as an example, the algorithm is set up in a way that each withdrawal less than 100 gets kicked out of the queue so that the next batch goes up again. So this can happen all throughout the day, driven by what? Driven by growth, driven by recruiting, driven by new buys coming in, right? So it's exciting. I mean, I'm excited. Um, Look at this. All of the 100 and below will automatically get kicked out of the queue because they're paid every cycle. And cycle can happen, 10 cycles in 1 hour, 25 cycles in 2 hours, a lot of cycles, right, can happen because if we build together, we recruit together, we now know that we have a solid tokenomics in our hand. And here's an add-on. Oh, let me go back to this real quick. The withdrawal fee is 3%, right? So 3% of $100 is $3. So it'll cost you $3 for that. It used to be 10%, right? I know I said that we were going to take that out, but there's a reason for this, guys. Okay. For those of you who are not in my other lives, there's a reason for the 3%. It's for the growth, organic growth of our token Savo. Remember, Savo is a native token for the Sabong Evolution game. It'll also be the in-game token when we roll out Cop Starter, which is a training camp for the hatchlings to learn how to use their superpowers. All of this doesn't go to us. It doesn't go to the platform. You know what happens to this 3%? It's the BBB. And I shout out to Crypto Warson, when we were doing a town hall last Saturday. Originally, I was just thinking charge 3% by Savo, but he added, he asked a question, hey, Garfield, is this just a buy or can it be buy back and burn? And he just gave me an amazing suggestion. So I said, BBB it is, right? Buy back and burn. What do you think happens with all this withdrawals that's going to happen on a daily basis? 3% of which will be used to buy back Savo and then burn it. Okay. So where are we going to buy back Savo? I want to be clear about my goal in promoting Vitruveo DEX. I call this a one-stop shop because you can literally do everything here. So when we buy, we just use convert the USDT into, wait, maybe we can buy with USDT as well. Oh yeah, we can buy with USDT. And then we just buy the Savo, right? In here, we buy the wrap Savo. And once we buy it, it sends into a null wallet, a dead wallet, if you will. That's what it means by burning it, not literally throwing a match at it and burn it. No, don't do that. We don't want to do that. No, what we're going to do is every 3%, guys, every 3% goes into the buyback and burn. So remember, whenever you hear me say BBB, it's buyback and burn. What does BBB do for the platform? It's an organic growth for our Savo token. What else do I want to talk about? Staking. Okay. The Savo staking is already up and running. Okay. Watch this. I'm going to open this up real quick. Cockpit, right? So in this wallet, I have 191,000. Okay. And I claimed today 4,100. Okay. But I also not withdrew, but I also staked in the staking platform. We scroll down here. In the staking platform, we have a wrap Savo single staker. Right now, we're at 1.8. And I'm working with several more people that are going to be staking tomorrow, the day after. This is going to go. This is going to hit 5 million and above. I'm confident, without a doubt. Okay, because number one, we want to do that. That's why we incentivize the stakers, because we don't want too much tokens out there circulating. let's because we're starting slow, right? And I'm constantly thinking with the team to to come up with things to protect the protocol. That's basically my commitment as your servant leader, is to how can we protect the protocol. We don't want to crash our own protocol, number one. We don't want to dump on our own protocol. What we want is to grow together so that we can accomplish and finish our ultimate goal, and that is the Sabong evolution game. So what do we do? When you stay, you get 90% back. So 100,000 automatically gives you 90,000. And that 90,000 is not given to you at the end of your stay. That's given to you on a daily basis. Watch this. Since we opened this 2 days ago, we've already rewarded 2,438 wrap sable. Okay. We've added this much. Oh, no, not that one. We've added in the pool. Oh, I went up too far. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I think I did. We've added in the pool 1.5 million sable to be rewarded to you guys. So when you stake here, okay, that's one thing. You get 90% if you stake for 1 year, which is what we want you to do. Stake for 1 year, 365, you get 90%. On top of that, whatever it is that you could have made in the cockpit, you will also given to you, this one given to you at the end, okay, at the end of your 365 days. But your reward comes to you on a daily basis, just so you know, okay? It comes to you on a daily basis. Do I have a stake here? No, I don't. I have it in my other wallet. But it does come to you on a daily basis, and that's why it's very nice. It's very good because you can have your Sabo token that you can use in the cock starter for the training camp. You can have your Sabo that you can trade, on a daily basis as well, because you're receiving that. But ultimately, you're gaining. Your principal is not just sitting in your wallet doing nothing, right? So that's where I get excited. But here's the best part. The best part is in the earn platform, the 2.0, we've added, again, I got the team to agree, for every $500 for every 500 USDT, so we've already given you one free blind box, right? You already know that on a 2,500 buy, you're getting 5 blind box. That's 10 hatchlings, right? But the best part is for every 500 USDT earn by also gets you 5,000, right? The 5,000, so it's 10x of your 500. You get 5,000 stake for 1 year, Sable. That's just a perk added to you. But here's the best part, okay? It didn't stop. I was able to convince a team that 5% of every 500 buy goes into BBB as well. So not only do we have the 3% buyback and burn from the withdrawals, the 5% buyback and burn from the incoming buys will also be applied. But we're only doing it for the first 100 wallets. Okay. So it can't be forever because I know I'm good in giving, but I don't want to give the house away. They always remind me, hey, Garfield, stop giving the house away. No, I just want to incentivize people that have always supported the platform. And my way of incentivizing is not just giving you a dead token, it's giving you a reward, but at the same time, through BBB, through buyback and burn, it will allow our token to organically grow. Okay, and this is again, the Vitruveo swap.finance is where you need to go. That's all you need to do, folks. We can go check out our token here, Rapsavo and USDC, and we're moving along, right? We've been quiet for quite some time. You already know. I explained that in my 100-day review of Earn, and I said to you now every 100 days we are going to review of what we can improve on, what we can adjust, what we can modify. That's what we're doing, and because of that, as you can see, we're also beginning to organically grow. And once the this is good. That's why I showed you. We've updated this. Earn 2.0 status. Buys are good to go. claim Q is in the final testing, so it's imminent. It's going to happen anytime now, and we want this to grow, guys. I think we've had a good start, but I think in this next 100 days we can grow exponentially if you understand. If you understand why we are going exponentially, it's because of the solid tokenomics that I think will convince everyone at the end of the day. It's a solid tokenomics because everything that we're adding here is connected. You see, it's intertwined, right? Earn as a funding mechanism for the game, for the investment, for Dexter, which reminds me, you already know for every incoming from the buys and also the trading profit, 20% of which is allotted to the withdrawal pool, 20% to the referral pool, 30% to the investment, 10% to Dexter, which, by the way, will be used to fund the EFT pool. So again, let me go to my earn folio page. In my earn folio tokens, I have a total of 54,000. Okay, if I decide to burn it at the end of my 180 days, it gives me a value of this. I'm sure that's going to go up because right now we're only priced at this, right? 0.01. But because now Dexter is dedicated to putting in 10% of each incoming into the EFT pool, not injected into the token. We've done that in the first 100. It didn't work, right? It didn't work. What happened was just an exit liquidity, which is okay. It's a free market, so people can sell, people can buy. But now what we're doing with the 10% is that Dexter automatically puts it in the EFT pool. So keep in mind, you're getting a lot of perks and incentives and rewards from the earn buy that you're putting in. So I commend you, each and every one of you, I commend, because this is what we want to do. Now, through the buyback and burn, we expect our token. Okay, remember, we have 37,500,000 in the earn folio pool, the EFT pool. And as you can see, at least this is my projection, my speculation, is because of the 3% buyback and burn from the withdrawal and the 5% buyback and burn from the buys. I think we can expect the Sabo token to begin to organically grow. That's the projection. That's the trajectory that I'm seeing here. It'll organically grow, and after we roll out the cock starter for the training camp, the boot camp, if you will, for the little hatchlings, the Sabo will also be introduced. As a matter of fact, it's not yet set in stone. I've already talked to the team that I want Vitru to also be a coin that will be part of the reward system inside the Sabong Evolution game. So it's not final, but I think I'm about 75, 80% in already, because the argument is, wait, why are we introducing two coins? Why not just one? Well, that's what we're going back and forth, right? Because Sabo is a native token, but Sabong Evolution is also being built in the blockchain. But because we support the blockchain, we're trying to tweak, look into the possibility of also having a Vitru token or Vitru coin, the native coin for the blockchain, be part of the reward system, or the in-game coin inside. But more on that. Okay, we'll focus more on the Sabo coin, the Sabo token, which is the native token for the Sabong Evolution game. Okay, so if you're not yet familiar, excuse me, if you're not yet familiar, drink water, with Vitruveo Swap.finance, I encourage you, go in there. All you need to do is connect your wallet. When you connect your wallet, if you're doing a a mobile phone, you just need to go to the network, upper left-hand corner. Swap is where you can buy and you can sell. Pools is where you can see this. As you can see, Save was performing well. A lot of buys here, sell, buy, sell, buy. But at the end of the day, the chart is looking good. Okay, the chart is looking good, and and I also wanted to maybe I'll do that in another video, but I wanted to highlight the opportunity for people to think of their VTRU because VSF, Vitruveo Swap.finance, just released this. You can now, okay, you can now stake your VTRU to gain UGAIN, to get UGAIN token. UGAIN is it's a platform that specializes on real estate in Dubai. So this is a very big project that they're working on, and I think this is a very good opportunity for us, the VTRU holders, the VTRU whales. You can now stake VTRU to get UGAIN token, and your daily rewards will be given to you in UGAIN. So I'll talk a little bit more on this on the next video because I didn't want to be too long on this video. But my main goal is for us collectively as a team, as a community, is to use our own DEX. That's really my plea to everyone. You know, we can use Pancake later on, Uni later on, but for now, let's all focus our transaction, our trading transaction in Vitruveo DEX. Why? Because this is a one-stop shop, all the way up to bridging, guys. You can bridge, uh, you can wrap, you can send. You have the CEX, you have the universe gains that you want to talk about or learn more about the universe gains. Everything is here, guys. You can also create your own liquidity pool if you want to do. Staking is available. Everything is here. That's the reason why I call it the one-stop shop. Okay. And I did tell the team that my goal before the event in Manila in October is for this to go up to 500,000 to 600,000. That's just my personal goal. There's no gain for me. Okay. Our goal is to promote our own DEX because when we do that, and the outside world sees that there's an entire community, hundreds, if not thousands of people that are already using this, guess what? They'll be coming in as well. And why do I think that we can grow this to 500, 600,000? Easy, because of this. This withdrawals will take place all throughout the day. This is not one time. It's 25 per batch, right? But picture this, if we're bringing in, if we're recruiting because we believe that our platform is a solid one, that the tokenomics is a solid one, then that means every buy, right? Every buy that comes in funds the daily withdrawal as well, right? It allows us to continue to go, build, and finish and complete our game. A lot of things are happening, but every buy now will be dedicated, 5% of which is towards buyback and burn. Okay, so that's new, right? I just added that and I just announced that in this video. So the 5% will now be used towards the buyback and burn. So if the buyback and burn will continue to happen, then that means this number here will continue to grow because of the transaction that we will be doing based on the withdrawal fees, which is this 3%, and then the buys that are coming in. So I encourage everyone, wherever you are in the world today, if you're watching this, of course, I thank you. We look forward to seeing the rollout of the Cox starter, but not to worry. All of the things will begin to, what we wanted to prioritize is the bug that we run into for the last, I think, 48 hours was bad. So I'm glad to announce we're now in the final testing. So the opening of withdrawal, the queue is imminent. The buys are good to go. So if you're ready to bring in your recruits, your candidates, you already know that anything from 25 to 499 USDT will get you a 25% discount, a 20% discount for your blind box. But anything that's 500, increments of 500, gets you one blind box. That's one. It gets you a 1-to-1 ratio for your S3U, right? The Sabong shares. I know, the team is like, wait, you already gave them 462, now you give them 133. Well, because that's what I said in my video for the 100-day review, right? Because we're making modification and changes, not for the worse, but for the betterment of the protocol. But I wanted to add 133,000. So that will be given to obviously the first 100 wallets that will participate in doing an earn buy, because that's the second income stream, right? The third income stream is 10% of all that's coming in, whether it's a buys and also the trading profit, will now go directly into the EFT pool. That's a third income stream. The fourth that we've added is a 500 buy that you're doing. You're receiving 10x in Sabo, which will be staked for 1 year. But 500 gets you 5,000 Sabo. Okay, so that's the fourth incentive that I have added just to show you my appreciation of the support that you guys are all doing. So that after this gets rolled out, after the queue is rolled out, expect that tonight. The next thing that's going to roll out is the hatchlings. We're finalizing on the number, but at this point, it would probably be, from the top of my head, 10 hatchlings can be burned, can be traded for one gilded. It's not final yet, but we're going back and forth. It's not going to go up beyond 10 hatchlings for one gilded hatchling. A gilded, remember, allows you to lead in the League of Nations, allows you to put together your team. And it may also be 3 gilded for 1 Luxlings. Remember, there's only 47 Luxling left. Okay, we're thinking of opening that for those that don't have a hatchling at a 1,200 USDT price. We're still thinking that, but because we know that there's a lot of holders in our community that carries a lot of hatchlings, we want to give them the first dibs or the first opportunity. Okay, so with that said, I think there's a lot of things that we can look forward to. I thank you. We do know that we sometimes run into hiccups and glitches here and there, but rest assured, Garfield here is a nonstop servant to all of you guys, and I welcome you into the rollout of the Earn 2.0, and I encourage you to take the time to watch the previous video about the 100-day review if you haven't yet watched it, so you can see the improvement that's going to take place in the next 100 days. Once again, Garfield here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. May God bless you.